leader.
Well, let me go through this with you. I mean, you know, I've taken a look at all the accounts, all the transactions. Obviously, my focus was on Deborah, and you know, there's going to be charges that are going to get filed against her. There's no doubt about that. Based on what I'm seeing and what you're telling me, you know, I'm not believing it. And I just got to be honest with you.
Kevin, I'm telling you.
Let me just go through this and finish, Kevin. You know, like I said, with credit card, with the casinos, with some of the other purchases that are on there, the trips to Vegas.
That looks like a gambling addict.
It does. There's lingerie on there.
I didn't do that.
It's on your card.
I know.
Okay. What
Here's the problem, Kevin. She had complete and total access to every account.
Right, but you're telling me you looked at all the statements.
No.
You did. You just told us you looked at all the statements.
You have to understand the way I look for it. I look for things that I knew I purchased.
Well, who else would be purchasing under your credit card?
I didn't even think about it. I thought it was. It didn't show up.
Yeah, it does.
It didn't show up on the ones I was going through. The couple times that there was a Bed Bath & Beyond and another one, and Debbie told me she bought some stuff over the internet and reimbursed it. Okay. And I left it at that. Okay. And I thought that's what was happening. I understand what you're saying, and it looks horrible on me.
Absolutely.
But
what I've got right now is I've got $63,000 in credit card charges.
From when to when?
I'm going to cheap credit cards. Just 2004, 2005, 2006.
Over 3 years.
I've got $7,400 out of the volunteer fund going to you.
Going to me?
Going to you. I've got, so between those two totals, I've got $70,000. The funny thing is, you know, if you talk to us and said, you know what, I did those things, I was stupid. At one point, I was going to pay those things back. They got ahead of me. I didn't realize how much money, you know, I had done on this. Just hear me out on this. Here you're looking at a theft, maybe an embezzlement. Let's say, if you're honest with us, what you're telling me right now is going to make me do some things that aren't going to be very pleasant. That is, what I'm going to have to do is open up a tax case on you.
Yeah.
And that, understand this. I want you to understand what, you know, if we're not going to go down this path, here's the other path we're looking at. I'm going to have to open up a tax case. That's going to involve Colorado Department of Revenue and the IRS. If you have not reported sources of income, that's going to result in federal charges and state charges of tax evasion.
I understand what you're saying.
And if what you're telling me isn't true, I'm going to find out that you didn't pay any money back, which I'm still going to charge you with the theft and the embezzlement. But along this process, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to start asking questions and subpoenaing documents from your brother, who's got the performance shop that I'm seeing on the credit card, your son, who's got Maverick Construction, and I'm going to be going through all their records. So now we've got...
Kevin, I've got to dispute the $70,000, man.
That's fine. We can talk about that number. That's fine. We'll talk about that number. But understand that I'm going to be looking at your brother's company, I'm going to be looking at your son's company, and at some point I'm going to be trying to ask your wife questions. And because of, obviously, her relationship to the DA's office, I mean, there could be further complications there.
Believe me, I understand.
Jay, you know, if you took the money because, you know, you had bills, you wanted to do a nice wedding, you know, you enjoy gambling, that's fine. Just tell us.
The wedding I haven't paid for yet. I have not seen the total on the credit cards. I've never received, I haven't seen a credit card statement since May.
I understand.
Okay? I literally have not seen a credit card statement since May. So I have never had a chance to.
But Jay, you told us you looked at the statements when you knew you were making personal reimbursements and you're sending checks in. So how can it be now that you're not?
I have not looked one since May. Okay.
But you knew you had the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding in July was on there.
And you're not looking at that statement.
I haven't seen the statement. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know, but why haven't you?
I have no statements. I have no credit card files.
I understand that.
We requested them from PNC or whatever they are.
I got them 2 weeks.
I got one. I did not get mine or the other. Requested them again. I haven't got them.
I've got them. Like I say, if you, I mean, this is
Kevin,
this is
I'm
the
telling
path
you.
you're telling me to go down. You think you can justify those cash withdrawals out of your after you cash the check? All of them are going to come back out, and they're going to be enough to cover $70 grand worth of charges. No, you got 18 grand at Bronco Billy's in those 4 years. 3 years, excuse me, 3 years. Did you pay 18 grand back?
Kevin, I'm telling you, I thought I did.
That's fine if you think or you were planning on it. Sometimes we plan on doing it, and because, like I said, other things are coming up. I mean, we want to do the right thing. We know what the right thing is to do, and we just don't get to it. But, like I said, don't cause this heartache for, your brother, your son, your wife, everybody else. If, like I say, I mean, you're looking at, yeah, this is a painful thing to do, but you know what? You get this plus when you're taking the path you're taking. And it's just going to get worse on these folks, your brother, your son. Heaven forbid that they did something incorrect on their taxes, that they're going to get dragged into all this too, because I'm going through trying to prove what's going on over here, and I start chewing on these folks. I mean, you're going to...
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, like I say, it's a lot easier to say, you know what, guys, I was going to pay it back. I planned on paying it back. I wanted to pay it back. I know that was the fire department's money. It was not my money. Like you said, you had every intention of paying this money back.
First of all, couple things. The $70,000, I've got to dispute. I don't think it's $70,000. Okay.
That's fine. Like I said, we can go through all the charges. I've got them here.
I think we're going to need to. If it is that much, I screwed up worse than I thought because I didn't realize it was way that amount.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'll be honest with you guys. I thought I was paying it back. And maybe you're right. Maybe I let it get too far. But I thought I was paying it back.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But you know that you didn't pay back the wedding.
Not yet, no.
Well, that's how many months ago?
That was in July and August. And guys, I'm telling you, I have not seen a credit card statement since May. And I have requested them. They told me that we should have May, June, July, and August at the fire department. Between sending the books down here and everything else, I can't find it. Okay? Susie went with me, my board secretary. Very up.